So you do everything right. You never miss skill training. You're putting in hours of road work. You're hitting your circuits hard. You're training hard every single day. But no matter what you do, you're still gassing out in sparring. The first round's okay, then you hit the second and the third round. And then the fatigue starts to creep in. You start to breathe a little bit heavier. Then your lungs start to burn. Then your arms and your legs, they get heavy. And you get frustrated. No matter what you do, you can't seem to build a limitless gas tank to push the pressure onto your partner. Well, don't worry, I got you covered. In today's video, I'm gonna be breaking down the best 3 cardio workouts that you should be doing to never gas out in sparring again. Stick around. What's going on? I'm Coach Adam, the Director of Sports Performance and the co-founder of Counter-Strike Combat Sports. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best 3 cardio workouts, the workouts we use with all of our UFC fighters to help them never gas out again. So if you're excited, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of the fight science knowledge that we're dropping on this channel. Let's jump in. So workout number 1 to make sure that you never gas out in sparring again is something that we call the tempo interval. The tempo interval is designed to improve your cardiac output. Now you might be saying, Coach, I don't know what cardio output is. I got you. Cardiac output is basically how much oxygen and blood your heart can pump throughout the body. This is extremely important because most combat sports, especially MMA, are heavily dependent on oxygen to break down energy so you can perform for a long time. So we want to make sure that we perform our tempo intervals at a heart rate of 130 to 150 beats per minute. This is the sweet spot to make sure that we're improving this aerobic system and leveling up our aerobic output. I like to do this in a circuit interval. So I'll run for 12 seconds at like 70% intensity. Nothing crazy hard, nothing crazy easy. Just a good run. I'll run 70% for 12 seconds, then I'll shadow box for 60 seconds. Run for 12 seconds, shadow box for 60 seconds. And I'll do this anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes, making sure that my heart rate's between 130 and 150 beats per minute the entire time. I love tempo intervals because in my opinion, it's the best way to improve cardiac output without just going on long runs. It's a little bit more specific to your sport and it's a little bit more fun as well. Cardio workout number 2 to make sure that you never gas out again is the cardiac power interval. Cardiac power intervals are crucial to improving how much work we can do at max effort. If you think about a really intense scramble or you're flurrying with power shots, this is very fatiguing. And the harder we go, the longer we're at max effort, the quicker we're going to fatigue. So if we're able to stay at our max effort for longer, we're gonna be able to push the pace for longer, and it's gonna take much longer for us to actually gas out. So how does the cardiac power interval work? I like to do it on an Airdyne bike. This is my personal favorite way to really push the pace. You could sprint, you could hit a rower, you could do MMA drills, anything that can get your heart rate to max. Now, to know exactly where your heart rate max is, we want to make sure that we do some decent cardio testing. So make sure you check out the link in the description. I put our top 3 cardio tests that we like to use with UFC fighters so we can know exactly where your max heart rate is. So we want to get our heart rate to max and then we want to push ourselves from 60 to 120 seconds. That's how long we want the intervals to be. We want to do anywhere from 4 to 10 intervals in a workout, and we want to make sure that we rest to 120 beats per minute in between each rep. So I'll get my heart rate up to max, I'll do it for 60 seconds, and then I will not do another rep until I'm fully recovered and my heart rate comes down to 120 beats per minute. This is gonna make sure that I'm fully recovered so I can push at 100% on the next rep. The key here is making sure that we're putting out max effort for every single rep. If our body can get used to sustaining a max effort, then it's gonna transfer over to sparring. It's gonna help us never gas out again. And the third and final workout that you need to be doing to never gas out in sparring again is called threshold training. Threshold training is designed to increase your anaerobic threshold. Now, I know you have no idea what an anaerobic threshold is. I'm gonna tell you. So think about a time when you're sparring, let's say you're throwing a big flurry of strikes, or you're putting out a high level of effort for a long time. You start to breathe heavy, and then your arms start to get heavy, your legs start to get heavy, your hands start to drop. You feel a burning sensation in your muscles. You have now crossed the anaerobic threshold. This is where we stop primarily using oxygen for energy, and we start to shift into our anaerobic energy systems, or our energy systems without oxygen. These anaerobic systems, they're very powerful, but they're not sustainable. So this anaerobic threshold, like I said, is where we go from primarily using oxygen to primarily not using oxygen. We want to use oxygen for as long as possible because it's not very fatiguing. So if we can increase our anaerobic threshold, then we can increase how long we can use oxygen to break down energy and perform. So how do we improve our anaerobic threshold? Well, through threshold training. What you're gonna wanna do, same deal. You're gonna wanna use an airdyne bike or a rower or do some MMA drills. And we're going to wanna keep our heart rate around our anaerobic threshold. For most athletes, that's anywhere from 160 to 175 beats per minute. Again, make sure you check out our top 3 cardio tests so you know exactly where your anaerobic threshold is. So we get our heart rate to our anaerobic threshold, and then we want to leave it there from anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes. So we're doing reps of 3 to 10 minutes long. We want to rest again until our heart rate is down to 120 beats per minute in between rests. We want full recovery. And then we're going to want to do 2 to 5 reps per session. This is going to help us improve that anaerobic threshold so we can push the pace longer while using oxygen, and it's going to help us never gas out again. So there you have it. Those are the 3 best cardio workouts that you should be doing to never gas out on the mat again. These are high level drills that UFC fighters are using. There aren't a lot of guys in the gym that are using it. So add this to your training routine and you're going to be sparring circles around your training partners. But I want to know in the comments down below, what is your favorite cardio workout? Tell me down there. I love to hear it. See you next time.